Good morning, friends and subscribers, all 148 of you, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today, I was at work at Target, the one and only, and I impulse bought some things. Now, if you guys ever go to Target, you know how easy it is to impulse buy things, and my problem is that I'm there literally 5 days a week, and I see everything. So if there's anything even slightly interesting to buy at Target, I'll buy it. So today I found a DIY soap kit. It's like, it comes with like rose fragrance, and another one is a DIY sugar scrub. So I thought that for today's video it would be fun if I told you about what a crazy week I have while making soap. So welcome to Making Soap While Spilling Tea. This is my crazy story time, and I'm gonna get to make some cool soap bars while I talk about it. Alright, so let's get started on these. So I'm actually gonna start with this soap. They're like two heart-shaped soap. I can't talk. They're two heart-shaped soaps with like rose petals inside them, and I guess all the instructions are on the inside. They better be. For $5, they better be. Okay, so this has a soap mold. Oh, am I gonna have to melt this myself? Oh my god. Wow. This is a lot more work than I thought it was gonna be. But you know what? We're gonna persevere through this. So apparently I have to melt the soap in the microwave, so just give me 1 second. Okay, so I'm gonna start on my tea that I have for the week, which it was a really crazy week last week. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, so my tea is that there is this guy at work who decided to ask me out, which normally like that in itself wouldn't be a problem, but he had just gotten out of a relationship with his girlfriend, and like it wasn't something that I really would have expected. Like, most people go through like a grieving process when they break up with someone where they don't want to be in another relationship for a while. So it was a little off-putting when he asked me. He just asked me like if I wanted to go to lunch and like it would be his treat. And I mean like it's a nice sentiment, but I don't think it's something I'm really interested in right now. I don't know. So I kind of told him that, you know, that it was nice and all, but that I would like think about it, and he gave me his number, so that was cool, but I really just wasn't that into it. So I go back into the break room, like he asks me out like during work, and it kind of just had me like shaken up. So I go back to the break room, and of course like my face is all like super red, and I tell the people who are in there like what happened, and one of those people happened to be my manager, who like I'm pretty close with, and she was kind of like off put by it too, because she was like, well, didn't he just get out of a relationship? And I was like, yeah, that's kind of why it was like weird to me. So it wasn't just me that was like weirded out a little bit by it. And I didn't ask her to do this, but I didn't even know about this until later. She ended up talking to him about it and saying like that he shouldn't have done it like that, which like I agree with, but finding out that people were talking to him about it like kind of made me upset a little bit. I don't know. I just feel like it was like my personal business to handle, and like people didn't have to get involved, you know? But it gets even worse. So my manager goes up to him, and like I don't know the exact details, but she pretty much says like, hey, it was kind of like out of nowhere for you to ask out Abby, and which is like true, but I just didn't ask her to like, I didn't ask for that to happen, you know? I didn't ask her to say anything to him. So he kind of like backtracks and tells her that he just meant it as a friend and he didn't actually mean it as a date, but like he definitely meant it as a date, like for sure. I'm sure of it. But of course he's going to backtrack and say that, because he's not going to tell his manager that he just asked out like one of the employees. Like, I don't know. So happening was, like, everybody at work started talking about it, and they all had, like, different versions of what actually happened. Nobody was really asking me what happened. They were just talking to each other, and, like, the story just kind of changed with every person. So it was making me, like, kind of upset. And the next day he came up to me, and he was like, I just want to clarify, I just meant to go out with you to get to know you. And I was like, I don't think that really clarifies anything at all. What does that even mean? I don't know if he was trying to tell me he wanted to go as a friend, or, I honestly don't even know. But there's no way I misinterpreted the situation. He definitely meant, like, he wanted to go out on a lunch date, like, ugh. So, then, the weekend happens, and I'm kind of thinking this is all gonna blow over. I have his number, I haven't texted him, you know, things are just going. So then on Monday, which was yesterday, I was avoiding the back room. So he works in the back room. I was avoiding the back room like the plague. Like, I literally didn't go in the back room at all. Even if I had to go to get something, like, I'd ask someone else to do it. I just, like, didn't want to see him because, like, it made me so anxious. Like, I would get, like, that feeling in my stomach and, like, you know, super, like, red face. Like, I just couldn't even, like, deal with, like, being around him, which sounds horrible, but, like, I just have bad coping mechanisms. It's fine. So eventually I do go in the back room, and he ends up coming into one of the aisles behind me, so I have nowhere to go. It's like an aisle where, like, it's just, like, the back wall, like, it's a one-way entry. So of course I'm going to be, like, extra high alert if I'm stuck in an aisle with this guy who's been asking me out, even though, like, I just am not interested. And he apologized to me for, like, jumping the gun and asking me out so soon and unexpectedly. And, like, I was like, okay, like, that's kind of, like, a nice thing to say, because when he said I kind of jumped the gun, I was like, yeah, you kind of did. And I think he understood, like, the situation, which is why I thought it was over with. I thought that was, like, closed chapter, end of story, no more worrying about it, right? Well, of course not. Of course it has to get even worse. So on top of the fact that everybody's coming up to me and, like, talking to me about it, even though they don't know what really happened, I have to deal with all this ridiculousness. I'm going to get started on the sugar scrub now. I am moving forward with my life. Today, when I walked into the break room during my meal, after I thought all of this was over, somebody asks me in the break room, so, when are you going out with so-and-so? And I was like, I'm not. And he was like, well, so-and-so was telling some other guy that you were going to go out with him, that he has a lunch date. I'm not going out to lunch with him, and it's not like we ever made a date or we made a plan or anything. I thought after the conversation we had had the night before, or the day before, that it was kind of, like, over with. So anyway, so there was this one kind of concerned member of the break room crew, and, like, I don't know, she was concerned for me, like, just because she's like, you shouldn't have to, like, avoid the back room or, like, hide, and I was like, honestly, it's not really a big deal for me, because the guy who's asking me out is, like, literally leaving for another store in, like, 2 weeks. So, I don't know, but she was concerned about it, and, like, I appreciate that from her. But then she told me that she talked to him, too. And I was like, so first my manager, and then this woman, they're all talking to him about stuff that's, like, my business. So I was like, why would you go do that? I didn't ask any of these people to talk to him. They just decided to. And, okay, sorry, sidetrack. This sugar scrub seems like it's a lot of sugar and not a lot of coconut oil, so I don't know if I did it right. I feel like I did it right. The soap is coming out better than the sugar scrub. Okay, back to topic. Yeah, so I was, like, kind of pissed because I just found out that everybody was talking about it even though I didn't ask them to. Everybody's spreading rumors. They're talking to him about this situation. And, like, nobody asked me, like, hey, is it okay if I get involved? Like, I don't know why all these people are getting involved. So, of course, as fate would have it, our HR, human resources person, walks into the break room as we're talking about it, and the one girl who was concerned for me was like, oh my gosh, did you hear about all this stuff? And I was like, oh, why are we still talking about it? So the HR person is like, Abby, when you get off your lunch, how about you come to my office and we'll talk about it? And I was like, that is literally the last thing I want to do. I completely lost my appetite. I was such a nervous wreck. If anyone else has anxiety, they probably understand how I was feeling. I honestly just wanted to get out of there, like, so bad. But I went and saw her after my meal, and she was just asking me about everything that was happening. And, like, again, I appreciate everybody's concern, but it's just kind of annoying because I don't want to have to, like, talk about it. I don't know. I feel like it's my battle to fight. And, like, yeah, I guess if a coworker is making me uncomfortable or something, then it becomes, like, an HR problem, or if people are talking at work about it. And, like, I get that, but at the same time, like, I don't know why so many people feel the need to get involved in my personal life and my business. So, oh my god, I really wish I could just finish this craft. That would be so nice. I literally have sugar scrub all over my hands. Okay, so to sum it all up, my week was crazy because this guy asked me out and I wasn't expecting it. And then everybody decided to get involved. Like, it would be so easy if he had asked me out and I had turned him down, and that was the beginning and the end of it. But instead, everybody just had to chime in and put in their opinion and their version of what happened, even though only him and I are the ones who know what happened. And even he could have been spreading the rumors. I don't even know. It's a little annoying, and it's frustrating. And I kept hoping that, like, over the weekend, everybody would forget about it and just go back to, like, how everything normally was. Okay, you guys, so the soap has finally dried in the mold, so I'm gonna try to get it out of here without it breaking. Wow. Here we go. Okay. So this is it. This is my heart soap. It actually smells really good. It smells like rose, which is what it's supposed to smell like. And then this one here is my sugar scrub, which I feel like the consistency isn't quite what it's supposed to be. I feel like there needs to be more coconut oil to match the sugar. Like, I feel like the coconut oil to sugar ratio is a little off, and I feel like it's a little dry. But I don't think I can add more coconut oil because this is just what I had, unfortunately. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to like it and subscribe to my channel, and come back next week for me to do more fun, random things. And I'll see you then. Bye.